So tell me how that makes you think differently, not necessarily as the CMO at a company that's a global, workforce management company, but as a CMO of a SaaS company.
I go back maybe 10 or 15 years ago. I saw a commercial or an ad, and it was great. It was animated. It looked, think of Nike, the type of ads that they put out, right? Like emotion. And I remember talking to our team and asking, some agencies, some video agencies, like, how much would this video cost to make? Now, we were lean, we were about 20 people. We didn't have a lot of money. And every production company I went to told me that video cost 80 to $100,000 to make. And I said, no way, we could afford that. It always sat with me that, and so today I have someone that's in another part of the world where the cost of living is much lower and no formal education, but he's a tinkerer, right? He works with AI. He's always messaging me about the latest AI models that are coming out, the avatars that are coming out. And I showed him the video last week or a couple of weeks ago. And I mean, he can do that video in a week for $400, right? So you just think about that, right? Like that is a major change. Last year, as a CMO, you're always thinking about how do you get more videos? People love consuming videos, as we all know, and then it's moved more to that format. So that's one example. But I was looking at how do I get more videos out, lots of videos. And, I was interviewing agencies and they were going to say the traditional agencies, even last year, it was just traditional agencies. They wanted to put me on a retainer, 5,000, 10,000, $20,000 a month, 50,000 on occasion. And, I found this guy now and he's making, $25,000 a year and he's able to produce 2 videos a week. So what a change, right? And even getting a case study done, right? Like used to take a team. I used to have a writer involved, and someone was interviewing, and we'd have to talk to the customer success team. Can we get an interview with this CEO? We wait 2 months out, send them a list of questions, get the recording back, plug it into AI, one of the models, and give it my branding. And I have a case study in 10 minutes. Now I got to tinker with it and massage it a little bit, but wow, what a difference, right? So now I think the expectation is, as a CMO, at least from that lens, but I think every department, you got to do more, right? Now the expectation, the bar has just got higher. And so the expectation is we're going to see probably a flurry of content that's being released all the time, more than we see right now. And how do you, then account for that? Now, even with the individual that I've hired, and just go back to him as an example, now he's still a great storyteller at his core. He is a great storyteller. So he's able to take that tool and tell stories with it. And, and that's still irreplaceable. Like when I asked him about this last week, can you use, one of the AI solutions to give you the story? And he's like, it still gives you a generic story. Like I still need to massage it or change it or give my interpretation of it because it can't go out of the bounds of what's already been created. And so there's still something there about human beings in that process. But the way that you go to market with those types of content or everything that you're doing is different, right? And what you're able, the productivity that you're able to achieve is, changing in a really meaningful way. So yeah, I thought that was an interesting example of what we're experiencing.